everybody. It's Jenny Spinner, Chief Editor of Snack Food and Wholesale Bakery, and we're here to talk about Manischewitz. It's a brand that, if you're not familiar with it, they have a ton of kosher foods associated with Jewish culture, holidays like Passover, which is right around the corner. But they're a lot more than that. And guess what? You don't have to be Jewish to enjoy them. I'm not, I do. Here's somebody to talk about it. So, Talia, how are you doing today?
Doing good. How are you doing today? Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you for coming. I'm excited to talk about Manischewitz, which I know a little bit about, but you know a lot about it. So maybe you could start off by telling us a little bit about Manischewitz and its 130-year plus history of providing people with delicious Jewish foods.
So it's actually a pretty cool story. So back in 1888, Rabbi Dovber Manischewitz was running a very small little matzah bakery in his home, and he was out of his home, really. And he was thinking about this larger question of how do you get matzah to far-flung communities in the United States who do not have a matzah bakery in their town? So he was baking out of Cincinnati. And he's thinking, okay, wait, how do I get all these people matzah? This is crazy. I mean, we're in the middle of kind of this great migration west, um, trains and chuck wagons, and you get the idea. So he's inspired by recent innovations in assembly line manufacturing of foods, um, and starts to think, how do we create the first machine matzah, like automated machine matzah that's fully 100% kosher? And ta-da, he basically invents the square matzah. Not basically, he does invent the square matzah. So this iconic shape that we think of today as being such a part of like matzah was actually invented in 1888 by Rabbi Dover Manischewitz. So all that to say, all that long spiel, innovation has always been a part of our DNA. So by 1920, Manischewitz was the world's largest matzah manufacturer in the world, making millions and millions of sheets of the iconic square matzah. So that's kind of where this company all starts. It starts in the question of matzah innovation for the modern era. And to this day, innovation is, right, like I said, in the core of our DNA. It's part of our mission, part of honoring Jewish traditions, but making them accessible and applicable to the modern world that we live in. Everything from getting how to get gefilte fish into a jar, which was a major innovation in the 50s, to gosh, macaroons, like macaroons in a tin or pouch, as we have them today. Major innovation back in the 60s. So I guess that's a great segue right into today.
Yeah. Definitely want to talk about how the company, it's not very often that I talk to a company that was founded in the 1800s. But clearly you're not living in the past. You've progressed, you've expanded. Could you talk a little bit about how the company, a little bit more about how the company works to balance that long, impressive history and heritage, with delivering foods that resonate with, people who are living today, Gen Zs, everybody got to eat.
So it's really about respecting that history, that cultural connection, while evolving the portfolio in thoughtful ways. So we're not reimagining what is Jewish food. We're reimagining where it can be. So, for example, our we recently expanded extensively into the frozen section. Everything from frozen blintzes to frozen franks and blanks, and even cute little egg rolls that just remind me so much of a bar mitzvah.
Okay.
And it's really about being accessible to today's convenience. Like you mentioned, Gen Z. Gen Z is really all about convenience without compromising flavor. They love big, bold flavor. And so it's evolving our portfolio to meet them where they are in that convenience. Our ready to eat, our heat and eat, as I like to call it, soup that we've just come out with is a perfect example. It is a bold flavor. All you have to do is just heat it up on the stove or the microwave, super easy. If you're feeling fancy, you can dress her up. If you're feeling simple, she's delicious just as she is.
Right. Um, and I mentioned at the top, I think, Passover is a holiday that's coming up that's very important to
Hmm.
the chosen people, as they say. And Manischewitz has come out with some new treats just in time for the holidays. Could you please tell us about that? The shifts in consumer behavior and retail demand for these innovations.
So when it comes to Passover, Passover's really evolved over the past 130 years. Well, past it's a much older holiday than that, but the 130
Yeah,
years that
for sure.
Manischewitz has been around, it's really evolved from being more grounded in simple ingredients. It was a very simple holiday to today. Consumers are really looking for more convenience, more choice, and a lot more easy prep. Um, so this is comes back to what I was saying before about our history informing today. So we actually invented matzo meal in a canister all those years ago that made it easy to make anything from matzo balls to like matzo fried chicken. So that was yesterday's innovation. Um, Today's consumer demands even more convenience. So the frozen matzo ball that you just plop her in any soup you like, and
I love
you have a
that.
matzo ball soup.
Hmm.
So really, it's about those easy prep items, practicality. Families need practicality, and foods that also still feel festive because it is still a holiday, and a very important holiday.
Yeah, I've had the good fortune to try some of your frozen products. Big fan of the frozen matzo balls, because your mixes make it easy, but the frozen matzo makes it even easier. And sometimes your girl's tired and she just wants a bowl of comfort food. So thank you for making my
Exactly.
life easier when I'm in that kind of mood. Oh, and the heat and eat arugula, holy cow.
They're so good. They're like addictively good. You just dunk them in
Yeah.
a cup of coffee.
Yeah, heat and eat just takes a couple minutes, and it's I'm not going to name the bake my go-to bakery just a little bit west of me in Skokie, but I would put it up against theirs any day. I was wondering if you could talk a little bit more about specifically about the products that you came out for this Passover season. The water crackers, which I actually I missed the Oscars, so I started watching last night. Made a little cheese plate, so I felt kind of fancy. And the water crackers, this isn't a consumer podcast, but let me give a glowing review. Water crackers are sometimes considered like the boring, the personality less cracker, and these are like thin, crispy, and they have flavor. Um, so yeah, definitely inviting them to my next Oscar party. So that's one. Oh, and then the kosher for Passover cookie mixes. Speaking of conveniences, sometimes people want fresh baked cookies, but without all the hassle. So you did half the work for us, which I
Yes,
appreciate.
exactly.
But yeah, here's me talking forever. Why don't you tell us a little bit more about those and the thinking behind those guys?
So the thinking behind, we'll start with the cookie mixes
Yeah.
since that's where I mean, really, what we're doing, you hit the exactly. You hit the nail right on the head when you said we took all the work out for you. So they're very easy to prepare. We're really gearing this product towards families who are looking for a baking experience that feels festive, very
Mhm.
inclusive. It's very child friendly. Like I have a 3-year-old at home. This is
Oh,
something she could very confidently prepare, and
mhm.
it's an
Nice.
activity. It's something to do. And I mean, honestly, we're all looking for more nosh. Like this is who doesn't need more cookies, right? Like this is it's a comfort. They're delicious. They come in 3 delightful flavors, snickerdoodle, double chocolate chip, and chocolate chip. And yeah, like, it's really all about the nostalgia of baking with a family as part of a festive holiday tradition, new holiday tradition.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Oh, sorry.
oh, I was going to segue into the water crackers. Did you have a question? Sorry.
No, no, I'm just a fan of seasonal stuff and all things Manischewitz, but making things easier.
We
It's
love to make things
making my life.
easy.
Yeah, well, I mean, if the thinking behind that is you can get to your Passover celebration and spend time with your family over your freshly prepared let me Vanna White this again, double chocolate chip cookies. But you also have some returning items, and I've talked about the frozen matzo balls. Big fan, but there's a couple of other things that are coming back. Could you tell us about those, please?
Oh yeah, so we have the frozen gluten-free knishes. So that's we have year-round, we have frozen knishes.
Hmm.
And for Passover, we have frozen gluten-free knishes, but those are also available year-round. So there's the interesting little intricalities of the kosher rules around Passover. But a gluten-free knish that is delicious year-round is a major innovation because for the gluten-free consumer, now bam, they have like a knish available in their freezer, huge. And for the Passover consumer who cannot normally eat a knish on Passover, this is it's a great side dish, it's a great snack, delish. And of course, our all beef hot dogs, classic New York flavor, bite, snap, great, um, just all around phenomenal hot dog. And it is kosher for Passover and year round. Year-round versatility is really what we're emphasizing here.
Yeah, yeah, because matzo ball soup is great all year round. I've become
Oh
the
yeah.
cheerleader for matzo ball soup on this podcast, so sorry about that. Guess what I'm having for lunch today, by the way?
Matzo
Um,
ball soup?
I'm in Chicago. You're in New Jersey?
Bayonne, New Jersey.
Nice. I got it right. Yay. Are you having the same like third winter again? Like it was 50 degrees. Was it Sunday? I went to a show, went into the venue 50 degrees, came out 30 something. And now it's snowing. I'm tired of it. So matzo
Yeah,
balls.
this fake spring, it's like it keeps teasing us, and then bam, we're back to it's 35 today. Like
Yeah.
this is unfortunate, but it's
Yeah.
great for soup
Soup.
because
Yeah. And I don't cover talking about the frozen matzo balls making my life easier. The home style soup in a jar, all I literally have to do is take the lid off and put it in the microwave, and then I can just drink it out of the jar if I want. But I'll probably go to the insane trouble of putting it in a bowl.
so
Um
two of the varieties of that soup are kosher
yeah.
for Passover. So the matzo ball soup and the clear chicken broth are kosher for Passover, but we do have the other varieties that are year-round delicious.
Mhm.
And I'm obsessed with tomato rice.
Okay. I'm looking forward to trying the split pea,
Ooh.
which I refused to eat when I was a kid because it looked green, and I didn't I let's not talk about my weird food things, but
No,
I've
that's
become a
kids in
fan.
general.
Kids in general are weird. We could go on about that. There's probably some kid that eats nothing but matzo ball too.
Hmm.
But let's talk a little bit, go back less about me.
Sure.
Um, we could talk a little bit more about the new and returning items that Manischewitz has this year and expand upon how these go beyond traditional staples. We talked about the convenience, but what other current trends do these foods hit on? Yeah, I'll let you talk about that.
So really entertaining at home was a major theme for us here. So between the water crackers, you mentioned the cheese plate. That's the perfect like segue into this, of course, because entertaining at home isn't just water crackers. It's also little hors d'oeuvres, gluten-free knishes, things that help make a Passover meal into a modern idea of a celebration with hors d'oeuvres and all. Gluten-free accessibility is huge for us. It's huge in the market in general, and we've really taken that to heart to try and ensure that there are good gluten-free options that are versatile for both the gluten-free consumer um, and also just and the non-gluten-free consumer, the gluten-free curious consumer, we'll call them that. Um, we're really about snackable, easy, noshable formats. So, yeah, the convenience is a major factor, like we talked about, but it's convenience in entertaining, it's convenience in snacking, it's convenience with gluten free.
Yeah, it's because I can certainly relate having gluten-free family members, having a celebration where the people with, well, I mean, gluten-free dairy, they're othered because they either can't eat what's on the table or on the snacking plate, or they need their own special weird. This is in the olden days when I was gluten-free
Yeah,
briefly. The sad non-delicious bread or whatever, but now they can enjoy stuff that's just as good. Uh,
exactly.
that's I'm sure my gluten-free friends and colleagues that are listening to this appreciate that because they can party down party down on Passover with the rest of the family. Could you talk a little bit? Do you see these new products driving incremental shoppers into the kosher aisle, serving existing loyal consumers, maybe a combo of the two?
I'd say it's a combo of the two. I mean, we see it as both. So loyal Manischewitz shoppers, they are always looking for newness. They are loyal to us, but that doesn't mean that they aren't interested in the new flavors and new exciting trends happening in the larger food world, especially coming from a brand they already trust. And
Mhm.
at the same time, this innovation creates an entry point for potential new consumers who are perhaps this can be an entry point into the world of matzo ball soup. Perhaps they've never had a bowl of matzo ball soup, so making it from scratch is not necessarily accessible. But there it is in an easy jar. This is a great entry point into the delicious world of Jewish cuisine. So we really do see it as both this use of innovation to deepen the loyalty while also widening the base.
And are you and your retail partners working to bring a wider audience to your foods? And then where does Jewish cuisine fit in the ongoing consumer interest in people enjoying foods outside their own culture? Like I'm clearly not Mexican, um, but I enjoy tacos and all sorts of quesadillas, all sorts of things. So, how does Jewish food, like the stuff that Manischewitz offers, fit into that?
So we believe that Jewish cuisine has a really strong place in the broader movement towards culinary exploration and cross-cultural food discovery. Like you mentioned, you're not Mexican, but you love to eat tacos and quesadillas. We're kind of asking the same question, right? Like, why can't matzo ball soup Monday be a thing? Everyone's making Taco Tuesday. So consumers are more open than ever to trying foods rooted in authentic heritage and tradition, really time-honored recipes whose foods come with a real story. And we offer that. So we work with our retail partners in a way that's focused on helping shoppers see Manischewitz as more than a legacy kosher brand, but as a modern brand that can participate in modern cooking, modern entertaining, modern snacking, but from that foundational place of that authentic heritage and tradition. So our goal is to preserve authenticity while making approachable products for anyone who appreciates meaningful, great tasting food. And our retail partners are a really important part of making the kosher aisle that destination for the culturally curious consumer.
Yeah, yeah, it's a lot of fun. I mean, I've explored it a bit, and speaking of the rebranding, um the kosherness of the old packaging, I have friends in theater. And there's a couple things when you're dressing a period piece, swan cake flour, because they haven't changed their packaging in like 50 years. But Manischewitz, if it was a play involving a Jewish family, that would be used. But you've updated in a way that's not just updating for the sake of updating. Here's me, all of a sudden I'm a packaging design expert. This is me just talking about and I'm going to throw up a picture of the new packaging. It's fun. It speaks to the culture, the social aspect, the friendliness. Let's talk a bit about your partnership with kosher.com. How does that extend? Well, talk about it, what it is, and extend how it extends the product experience beyond the shelves.
So kosher.com is a go-to destination for all things Jewish food. So recipes, yes, but also entertaining tips, decorating for entertaining, but also, gosh, how to design a floral bouquet from Trader Joe's, how to make your perfect matzo ball soup 16,000 different ways. It is very much a all-inclusive, immersive, almost like the Food Network of kosher, so to speak. So they're an important extension of the Manischewitz experience. They are one of our media partners. They are our media partner in taking the brand from product to inspiration. Today's consumers want so much more than an item on the shelf. They want usage. They want to engage with it socially. Holiday guidance. Kosher.com helps us deliver that. So they're a part of our larger media strategy for reaching consumers with recipes, cooking content, inspiration, you name it. And actually, we had, just to segue, some really cool stuff that we've done with kosher.com. Now, this isn't consumer driven, but last year we had a cooking competition with kosher.com called the Great Bubby Cook Off, where we had grandmas compete for who could make the best noodle dish. It was so much fun. So it's really there's so much more that kosher.com is than just recipes. It's entertaining, it's fun. Um, it was inspired by the Great British Bake Off, so it's a little tongue in cheek. But that's the general Manischewitz chutzpah and sense of humor.
I love the chutzpah.
Chutzpah.
My people are German, so I can get a little bit of that zhuzh on the word, the English words, but I won't embarrass myself by trying again. Um, yeah, I appreciate so I shop at one of the kosher jewels. Jewels is Chicago's Albertsons, and I occasionally get one of the big bricks of matzah for Passover. Except I don't celebrate. But then I'm like, well, okay, I've put matzah in my soup, crumbled it up, put it in my soup. I've put cream cheese and jelly. What do I do now? So I'm gonna go to kosher.com after this and figure out what the heck I do after like, oh, I can't have another matzah with cream cheese and jelly on it.
Okay, so matzo cream cheese and jelly is a classic, absolute classic, but matzo pizza is where it's at. That's
I
just little pizza sauce, cheese, toaster oven, crispy.
that I like that because when I make pizza at home, I get all the ingredients and then I have like too much cheese, too much sauce, and the homemade dough that I make, which is a pain in the focus. Um, there I go. Um, I definitely gonna do that because if I don't want to make the crust recipe, which it's like a whole day thing, that's a great shortcut. Well, I don't want to take up too much of your time because you've got tons of stuff to do, I'm sure. What's next for Manischewitz? Any
Oh,
launches, company expansions, any other fun partnerships, anything you want to tell me?
oh, we have so much fun coming up. What's next for Manischewitz is we're constantly on the move. So we're always thinking up some delicious new products. We are very much always coming out with phenomenal content. So stay tuned for more this spring. And we are, as we've been saying, we've entered our era of innovation and inclusivity following the rebrand. So we're going to continue extending the product lineup. We're going to continue looking for new formats, new occasions, and new ways to partner with retailers and content platforms to reach the broader audience. So it's there's so much momentum. We are a brand on the move. So what's next? Sky's the limit, right?
Yeah, and it's been fun to follow. Like I said, I've been a fan, I've been a customer, and now I'm a follower, working in the bakery industry to see not just the baking things, like the why don't I mention the frozen? I'm obsessed with the frozen matzo balls. But a really thoughtful growth and innovation from a brand that I've been following makes me one of the things that's fun about this job is I get to talk to people like you and learn more about the brands that I've been a fan of forever. So I'm sure I'm not the only one. So I'm looking forward to sharing your story with our readers, our listeners, our audience, our people.
Well,
Thanks for your,
thank you so much for having me today.
thank you. Definitely we'll keep in touch.